Myself in a ball. My elbow is opening up his hip. When it's open enough,
You spin.
yeah. My one elbow is opening up his hip, one under his armpit. If he's trapped around over here, I gotta watch out on arm lock danger, and so I want to bring my arm inside and across here. I want to escape it. He'll probably be blocking it with his head if he's a smart grappler. He'll block it. So what I got to do is create some space so I can bring it around and hopefully bring it in between our bodies, because I want it in between our bodies here so I can pressure up this way. So what I want to do is I want to lift, open up his hip. When I feel there's space, then I'm going to slip underneath. I take the groin grab. That's one possible option. But moreover, your option in training ought to always be escape. You should not ever think that there's really attacks from these type of spots. You want to always be working for a better position, either build a base on your knees or recover your guard. I should be working on recovering my guard or building a base on my knees. No other option. The guy's 400 pounds and I'm 149 pounds and I can't shake him off at all. I just want to create just enough space to come underneath and begin my grab. And he'll start panicking and blocking it. Then as he panics and blocks it, it creates me enough space where I can open up and grab a guard. Okay, it's important to practice to take specific areas of grappling, not just techniques or moves, but transitions, and train a transition. An example would be I want to train the transition from my shift to my lead to my mount. So what I want to do is have Robert try and escape when I'm going to cross body for a while. He starts pressure, he's trying to escape. Now I'm going to shift to transition position, but I'm going to see how long I can hold this transition. Just this hip shift. Where I can use the hip shift to transition without being rolled over this way. There's this danger spot. So what I want to do is feel where he needs to be in order to roll me over. That's where I can hold this transition and adjust as he's trying to escape. So again, I work on holding him down, keeping my arms in proper position if I have to, where I'm going to shift and change back. How long can I hold this transition? Now normally, for competing, I'm not going to hang on to this spot because slowly he's working his way out. But I want to practice holding it as long as I can. And when I feel I'm about to lose it, then I might shift back or change my spot. Come back here. Now I've got an arm here. And not always arm locking, but rather working on opening up doors to where he has an escape. When my head's buried, I block his arm escape. And I also block the knee of his head. So I'm going to lift up and allow him an arm escape. To train, I can practice shifting my hip again. He tries to escape. I post because I know that's my roll weakness. Now he's escaping over there. I bring my knee in tight on his body. Come into, cross inside, reach through, grab, controlling, keeping my head in tight, keeping the game tight. He keeps trying to escape. Now I want to practice, even though I have other options like reaching over and back attacking or mounting, I want to practice just that spot. So I isolate that position to return him in here so I can shift through and train this transition. And I train this and train this and train this until this spot is a good position. You do that with all your positions. Another example is in the guard. I wanted a transition from where he's in here tight. So I'll keep practicing being right in this spot. So pass. He's working on his pass. I'll keep practicing the ways in which I'm going to recover my guard. And then I'm going to let him go again. And I'm going to try and stay here as long as I can. How long can I stay right here without having him actually pass? What do I got to do to not have him actually pass? To stay in that spot. I'm back. Or I'm going to train the third part of the transition. I'm going to train, start your pass. Come in, bring my knee between our bodies, place my hip. Now I'm just going to hold him here as long as I can. Let him try and pass. Until I have to recover my guard. Again, he starts to pass. Shift my hip out, cover my leg in, I stay here. This cross-legged spot as long as I can. So I can feel all of his options to come out. And I can feel then where all my attacks are. So rather than showing a lot of moves, what I'm trying to show here is a way of training where you can always grow.
The way I view Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is an art, and I think of it almost like as a triangle. You have the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and at the top is more of the gi grappling, not exactly for points or for time, but ultimately your goal is to make your opponent tap by a choke or a joint lock. You have a sport aspect of it where there's a time limit and points and scoring, which involves a more tactical gaming style for scoring and holding, or scoring and stalling. Vale Tudo is an aspect of training stemming from the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So really the art is the flowing, controlling, using leverage and not strength. Then you have your aspects of sport, Vale Tudo, and the street.
What's up, dude?
Relax. Relax. Okay. The knee foot control or knee riding position here often offers a lot more options of attacks and strikes. When I'm across a body over here, I have a few arm lock options, a few choke options, but popping on the knees offers me a lot more arm lock options, either a close arm by pulling up on the arm, pressure of the knee, stepping over close, sitting back and arm locking, or the reversing arm bar as he places a hand pushing on my knee. I palm up, lift, hold him up off the mat, twist my hips, keeping them low, blocking space of escape, bringing my knees in together and tight, pulling my heels in, and arm locking.